Good day, coders. This is Bagare. Welcome back to another video where we simplify these coding concepts. So, if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. In this video, we'll be dealing with the user authentication, where we'll be integrating our backend to the registration and the login page, right? So, first and foremost, what we like to do is actually like set up like our base URL for our API. So what we do is API URL, and this is in our environments folder, API URL, and that calls like our base URL. Normally don't cram this. So that I get from this guy over here, which is our swagger, right? And I just need the base URL, which is that, right? So HTTPS localhost, that port API, right? That's all I need over there. And I can copy this and put it in our environments.prod so that when you actually build to production, we know that it should call that. Okay, so next step is actually to go to our services and actually add like a service, right? So generate a service. So what we need over there is, so here we can see in our directory, we're in our services. So we'll just ng generate service auth service. So this is for the authentication service. All right, so we'll wait for that to build. And then if that is done, we need to now actually like include like our HTTP client. So what we do is in our constructor, we'll add HTTP and then HTTP client, right? So yeah, so if this gives you like an issue, if it doesn't want to work, this is probably maybe that in your apps modules you haven't like imported like HTTP modules, right? So you need to import these HTTP modules, right, for that to work. And then next thing is we want to set up our user login. So our user login will take in data, right, which is of type any, and will return HTTP dot post, right, backslashes. Then that will take environments.api URL because that's our base URL, and then we'll also take users forward slash login. I think it's users forward slash login, right? And then this also expects like data, right? Since it's a post method, right? So we'll return that, and then we also gonna have a user register or user registration, whatever you want to call it. And this will basically do the same thing, right? But we will call register instead, right? So that's all we need for the login and registration. So what we now can do is actually close everything up and actually go to our pages. So we would like to first start up with our login and set up our login page, right? So first thing that we want to do is actually see the data that we need to get after inputting something. So let's first run this application ng serve and actually wait for that to run. So first and foremost, we're just gonna input data, try to submit something, and then if that doesn't work, then we'll then need to actually add some stuff that how to actually capture the data. What am I saying? Yeah, so let me just go to my console and actually show you what happens. So what we get is, okay, this works instead because we haven't set up like our actual login to capture the data that we want, right? So I'll clear that, And even if I can change that, we see that it's not behaving as expected. So how do we go about fixing that? So I'll use like a form group, although like I'm not gonna touch a lot on that, right? I'll just cover it in another video, right? So we're using a form group to actually grabs the data from our input fields, right? So how we do that is login form equals to new form group, right? And that this equals to a okay, this equals to a form group, which is equal to new form group, right? And what we need from our login is just our username. um, this is going to be from a form control, right? This will take in an empty string, comes in as an empty string dot required, right? And then we'll have password, right? Password, which is going to be a new form control, and that will be an empty string and required. Yeah, this is required. Both of them are required, right? So with this, what we actually need is just those two. So how we can also get the data we want to pass in, right, is from our Swagger. And we can see it's just we just need the username and password. All these jiggly data, we don't need that. I should have actually set up like my DTO. So whatever. So we need our username and password for this to work out, right? So now let's test. So what we want is, as the user submits, we don't just want to redirect them to another page. Wanna console.log our login form, right? Dot value, because we want to get the values of that login form, right? And actually test that out. So if we change that data over here, we see that we still have empty strings here for our username and password, which we then need to do because our actual form group isn't actually connected to our forms input. So how we do that is actually come here over here and put in this declarative or something. Don't know what they call this. Yes. And then what we do is actually add in this login form, right? Yes. So now we see that this gives us like an error, and I was expecting this. And this error is caused by me not importing something called reactive forms, because this is from the reactive forms, right? So once I import my reactive forms module, I see that that error is now gone and my actual application can compile, right? So even though I've connected that, when I still click like that sign up button, I see that we still have empty strings over here, right? This is because we haven't actually linked each form control to the actual input, right? So how we do that is we want to have like a form control name, right, which is then equal to log. No. This is equal to username, right? And then we'll just copy this over here, and we want to have a form control, which is going to take in our password, and then we'll save that. So now if we actually do change stuff, yeah, right, yes, we see that this data is stored, right? So now we haven't actually integrated like our login, so now we're gonna go about doing that, right? So how we do it is actually come here and actually say we want to use like the auth service, right? So we need to include it here. Now constructor private auth service, right? No, this is private auth service, right? which is coming from our auth service, right? And then this dot authentication service, we want to have a login, and then we can just pass in this login form dot value, right? Dot value, because already our login form's value has the object that we need, which is the username and password. Or if you want, is you could do this object, our object equals to that, and you can have username equals to the login form dot value dot username, right? And then you can have something like let me copy this, and then we'll just say my password equals to password, right? But that's just an overkill because you're basically doing the same thing, right? But there's many ways to kill a cat. So this will call object, right? So you can see what it actually logs out, right? But I'm trying to run this as quick as possible. So okay, yeah, nah, Renova, let's just have that, and then QWTY, I don't know, yes, let's see, yes, QWERTY and that, you see, object is that, and that's still the same thing. So I guess we still just don't need this, right? So we can just pass in this over here and actually subscribe. Want to subscribe to that, and then we'll get like a response which is of type any, or have an error function. Then we want to just console log our result, right? Then we'll have like an error type any, we'll have like some sort of like an error function, and then over here we'll just log our error, right? Yeah, so that's all we need, right? So what we need to say over here is we want to log in our response, result or response, whatever you want to call it. Yes, so, and then if not, we'll get like an error. So let's see what we have now. Let's try to log in. Okay, let me just try that over there, and we get an issue. Okay, let me just rerun this over here and actually see, because in our previous video we actually did solve that problem of our codes being blocked, right? So yeah, let's now go about localhost /login, right? So we wanna have that and this, yeah. So how we go about doing that is this, and now let's test. So what do we get? So yeah, we did get like an error message, but here there is the actual error that we are expecting, right? So this is the error we want to log out, right? So from this error message we can just log the error. But yeah, I think this is pretty much cool because we already know that we're getting an error. Or if you want to be explicit, you can just say, I just want to see what error it is. Yes, username or password is incorrect, right? So we did get that. So what are we gonna do now? Oh, so now the next thing is actually to log in with the correct credentials, I think, and if I click OK, my results will actually, like, you know, respond to me with this result, and this result will give me my token, right? So that's just all I needed, right? So after we have a successful message, then we want to redirect by navigating to a URL which is actually logging us in, right? I think this is the correct way of doing it, if not mistaken. Yes. So now this is wrong. So bagarray at gmail.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, yes, this actually did now log us in. So yeah, we're not gonna be merely focusing on like the error messages and all those good stuff. Or can we put it in there? Let me think. Do I like to put my error message in there? Let me see. I've got the password and that. Let's see how this form looks like. Let's go back here. Okay. I don't know. Should I? Should I not? I think it will be quick to add like a label, and then this label will just have error message, right? Our error message, and then this will be a class of error message, right? And then here we can just have error message, right? Then we'll just change the color to red. Yes, we've saved that, and then ng if we have an error. So if we have an error message and now we need to like, man, it just makes more work for myself. But this is not an overkill per se. And then what we need to do is say this dot error message equals to a blank, right? And then this dot error message equals to error dot error. Not the best way to do this, right? Yes, right. Let's just close that, and now let's see. If I just log in that should give me an error message. Okay, yeah, that's fine. But there's something we didn't do right. I think this was this error message over here. They should take it from this class error message because this should show it red. Yes, username or password is incorrect. But now if we do have like a correct username, I think that's what I needed. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then as I try to log in, this should take me to the home page, right? Okay, now we're done with the login screen. So let's go to now the registration. Okay, but fun. Let's go. I think I'll need the same thing here, if I'm mistaken. No, this guy, right? Just copy that, save, and now go to the login screen, right? And just above this button, I'll need to put in that, and then I'll need another field over here, which is a variable sage, right? Which is just empty for now, right? And then first thing that I need to do is actually have like an auth service, which is auth service. Yes, right. So I'll also want to create like a registration form, right? Register form, and then which is gonna be from our form group, right? Which is equal to new form group, and then this is username. This will have username, which is new form control. No, this is form control, and then this is the validators dot required, Yeah, if you want to learn a bit about these, you can just check out my tutorial on like reactive forms. Yeah. So then you'll need like a password, then this is new form control, and then this is gonna be validators dot required. Yes, this is required, and then we'll just need to have confirm password, and then this will need a new form control. So we'll send through like the confirm password, but although we're not going to be using it on the back end, we're just going to be using it to be which is something that's going to be handled on like the front end, right? Validators dot required. All right, so all of them are required, and then what we need to do over here is what do we have? We have a register button. Okay, this is click, and then we want to have register handler handler. Did I spell that right? Yes, I think. Okay, we'll just copy this, save this, come over here and have this. So this should actually log, no, wanna log, right? This dot registration form dot value yes, right, this is fine over here. So we can log out and actually sign up, right? So when we sign up, we want to have something of this sort. This is bad. Okay, want to have something of that sort, and actually this should actually print out as our values, right? So we'll do some fixing now. So we'll go to our registration HTML, right, and actually add the same thing. So we want to have a form group over here, form group. I need to actually fix my IntelliSense because this will kill me on the long run. I tend to forget. So this is register form, I think. So this should be from the register form, and then this is form control name, right? This is coming from username. Yes, this is coming from our username, and then no, there is our username, right? And this is coming from our, oh, we also need a full name. Let's see, does our actual backend ever even handle that full name? We just have username and password, which is actually funny. So for now, we'll just comment this one out. I guess this is the best way to do it for now, right? So the next thing that we'll need to have over here is actually have like our password. Yes, because we haven't added like our actual full name. Yeah, so we didn't cater for that. So we'll just leave it out. Confirm. No, confirm password, right? I think, no, that shouldn't have ran. No, there's something really dodgy. This is confirm password. We'll just copy that so that we're on the safe side and just paste it over here. So this is confirm password, right? And then over here, when we get our data, which is confirm password. Oh, there's a lot we want to change over here. So we have confirm password. We can go back to the login, but oh no, this is sign up, not this is sign up, right? Ooh, my spelling, my typing. Okay, yeah. So sign up, and we've got all those jiggly stuff, right? We can change this, we can change that, we can change this, right? And now we see that all of those are connected, but we first, we want to do something right here, right? So what we want to do is actually like to connect like our button and actually disable it if the form is not valid, right? So this will say disable, right? If register form dot invalid. I think that's how you spell invalid. Disabled. Yeah. I think button is the one that allows us to have disabled. Yes. This is disabled. Now we have to fix some stuff. So how we fix that UI issue is actually coming here. So where do we have this? Do we have this here? Let's see. Yeah, submit, right. So outline. So outline is equal to none, I think. Outline and our border equals to none. Yes, our outline and our border is equal to none. So what will happen is, so if this form is not valid, right, we should be disabled, I guess, right? Let me see. Do we actually see a difference? Okay, so how we can actually like represent this button disabled, we can just have something like this. When the button is disabled, we wanna have a background color of that button to C1. Yeah, right. Let's see. Is this disabled? No, that wasn't disabled. Okay, what was the issue there? So when the button is disabled, the color of that, which is like important, right? Okay, if this doesn't work, like I'll have to skip this. Oh, no, this does work. It's just that it's outside of that. Yes. All right, so let's check now. Yes, now we see that this button is disabled, but once I put in stuff over there, we see that stuff is working. Okay, that's nice. That's like a huge improvement. So next thing that we want to do is actually now because the registration is the one that's actually entirely like very important, right? So we want to also have like another validator for our username to actually validate that it is an email, right? So how we add that is validators.email, right? Yes. So even if over here, right, even if over here we can have like data everywhere, but since this form is not valid because now the username is incorrect, right, we need something like at gmail.com to make this valid, right? So yeah, let me just, yeah, so we know that this accepts like an email and this actually accepts like a password, and yeah. And another thing that we also want to check in our form is that if another thing is that if the confirmed passwords are not, yeah, equal, right? So disabled if it's invalid, and or the form dot value dot password is not equal to form form. Let me paste this again. Value.confirm password. Let me just copy this guy and paste it here. Yes. So if these two are not equal, or the form is just invalid. So let's see. So we do have an email, right? And we do have a password, but this is not. Yes, this is not equal. But when we say 123 AAA, and then let's have AAA, yeah, now that is valid. So it checks if we have like a valid email and our valid password, right? So now the next thing that we want to do is actually now integrate. We want to integrate this to our registration. Okay, let's see if this works. I don't know. We have added like our auth service. Now we just wanna use that, right? So this dot auth service dot register, and now this needs to equal to this dot register. No, just the form dot value dot wanna subscribe to this. Then I have the result, and then this is of type any. Okay, this needs to be that, right? Error function console.log. Wanna log our response, right? And then upon us having like an error which is of type any, error message, right? This is error. Yes, we'll just call it error, right? That's supposed to be any, right? And then we'll just console.log our actual error, right? And then our error message will equal to error. Yes, I think that's what we need. And yeah, that should actually encompass what we actually need, right? So let's see what we have if we actually use an existing email. So what we want to do over here is actually come here and say bug array at gmail.com. So this should complain. 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, username already exists. So now let's have something like bug array man. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me just let's see if this one will work. Yeah, we've got a pretty much strong password. What did we get there? We got an error. And what was our error? Unexpected JSON at position. Oh, actually we did username. User is successfully registered. Yes, our user is actually successfully registered, right? But what we actually didn't do is actually like clear this, because now it was giving us an object, right? This will be cleared every time, right? Error message, and we want to just clear, and yeah, that's all we need. And then we want to like route to the login. Navigate by URL, right? So we want to navigate by URL to our login page, right? As soon as we have registered, we just want to navigate to our URL, right? Okay. Oh, you're right. Let's see now what we have. So bug array man at gmail.com, right? One. Yes. Yes, this should give us that the username already exists. Okay, this was successful, but we weren't actually redirected to any page, which is quite weird. Um, let's see. So this is from our text. Oh, so this is coming from text, yes. Or error dot text, right? I think bug array at gmail.com 111 111 111. Username already exists. Man 111. Username already exists. And then bug array super 111. This is not even working. So this is coming from our let's see what we need over there. So in our network tab, this is what we can check out. So we've got our username, which is that, password, which is that. So we can open up our postman, right? Because I should have like tested this endpoint at some point. Let's see what we have over there, right? Let's test it right. Yeah, so we've got this users register, right? Users register, and this is coming from our form. We're getting a weird error, and this is quite weird. Okay, this is telling us that it's saying that unexpected token you in position that. Right. Okay. This is coming from our post register, and we are actually getting that. And let's test it out in Postman if that decides to open. Okay, let's have something else. Bug fix, right? At gmail.com. And then let's have 1 2 3 4 5 6, and let's have 1 2 3 4 5 6. Let's hope I returned. Let's go back here, because this could also be the problem. So I returned a post message, and this is coming in from here. Ooh, my postman just doesn't want to open up. So we see that here we are getting like a 200, right? Okay message, right? But oh yes, we are getting a 200 okay message. Username has been successfully registered. And then another thing is let's see, this is getting it by the username. If this user doesn't exist, oh, if it's not equal to now, this user already exists. If it's equal to now, then we want to register the password. Yes. And then we want to add this user. Which user is this? Whatever that's coming in from there. We're gonna wait and say okay. Alright, so that's pretty much the same way I did it there, right? We're getting it from that DB. want to add this user and save await, and that do we return okay new token? Let's see. Okay, my postman just doesn't want to open. I don't know why. Let's see. Our message is http users.register. Okay, let's see what our actual thing it has for us. Yeah, so this is a post method, and let's just try executing something over there, and this gives us a 404. So this is users register. Maybe but if the endpoint was wrong, then this wouldn't have worked. Let's just paste this here. Right. So let's go back to the login and actually say this is the auth. Yes, register form. That over there, right. There. And then what we can do is actually let object equals to this object username, right? And I don't know, here I'm just dot register form dot value dot username. So I'm just trying to grab the username and the password only, right? Password word, come on, and the password is this dot registration form dot value dot password. Let's hope this works, but this is like almost like the same thing, right? But let's see if this tries to work. So say now I've got bug array fix at gmail.com 123. Yes, 123. Oh yes. Let's now go back to this guy and actually fix this. Yeah, right. Let's see if this works. Yes, bug array fix at gmail.com 123 123, right? And that still gives us an okay. User is successfully registered. It's awkward. I'm getting like an awkward message over here, right? Because now it's saying that the user is successfully registered, right? User is successfully registered, but it's still giving me an error. So this is an okay message, right? This user is successfully registered. Let's see. So upon logging in, so here we're just returning like this claim from there, right? But there is no apparent way where we actually saving. Username, password. Okay, let's just say user dot name, right? We've got user dot full name or something. We've got the username, that. Okay. Right, username is successfully. So let's just return something of the sort. And then we'll just say message. We'll just say this is a message, which is equal to that. And yeah, so I'll reload, or let's just close this and actually restart. It's just giving me like a weird error. All right, so now let's actually do the testing. Ooh, so let's say login localhost that, right? We want to go to the sign up page right there. Ah man, why did I zoom? Shouldn't have done that. Localhost this, go to that, log out, go to the sign up page. I'm always zooming, I don't know why. Bug at gmail.com, and then 123 123. Yes, that actually did give me a successful message. I don't know why. That was like really awkward. So I don't know why. So something happened like on my back, and I don't know why it's not actually accepting like just a normal message. But now that actually did work. So whew, we went through the trouble of actually like fixing like the response on the API. So there was nothing actually wrong with like the front end, but now apparently like just on the back end, it just didn't like how I was responding. I was returning like the successful message right there, right? So yeah, that's all we need. So now we know that we can register a new user. So let's say now I use bug at gmail.com. I don't know if I use this email, right? And incorrect username password. Let me just close this guy over here and just open it again because I don't know how I zoomed. If you guys know in the comment section, you can just tell me what I did wrong there, right? And then I do it again. All right, this is so sad. Nah, I'm not gonna keep on using this mobile view. I'll just use this instead. Nah, but the mobile view is a bit better. Right, let me just do this. Right, so bug at gmail.com. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Did that work? No. Let me just register another user real quick. So I want to register another user. So this user is called bug array fixed at gmail.com. And then my password is 12QW and then 12QW, right? And let's register. Yes, so that actually did redirect us to the login. So now I can say bug fixed at gmail.com 12QW. I think if I still what? Okay, bug fixed QW. Okay. So let's register another user, right? So this will be bug@gmail.com, and then this will be 1234 1234. So let me just copy this so that I don't forget this, right? And then this should be that, and then the password is 1234. Yes, now I'm successfully logging in, right? So I kept on just forgetting the usernames, but yeah, that's all you needed for like the login and registration. This just went longer than I actually planned out. I actually wanted to fix the bug in front of you so that you don't see that I'm actually hiding stuff. This actually happens when you actually develop some stuff. So if you like the video and you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And now, peace.